Lisa Marie Presley was renovating Graceland when the construction crew found them. 7 cassette tapes, sealed in waterproof bags, hidden inside the wall cavity behind her father's bathroom mirror. The tapes were labeled in Elvis's handwriting, "For Lisa Marie. Open only after my death. Do not let Colonel hear these." It was January 2020. Elvis had been dead for 42 years, and what Lisa Marie heard on those tapes would rewrite everything the world thought it knew about her father's death, his life, and the secret he'd been carrying since 1977. Act 1. The Discovery. Graceland, Memphis, January 15, 2020. The renovation had been Lisa Marie's idea. Update the bathrooms, modernize the electrical system, preserve the mansion for future generations. The construction foreman, a man named Marcus Webb, had been working on Elvis's private bathroom when he noticed something odd about the wall. "Miss Presley," Marcus called out, "you need to see this." Lisa Marie, now 51 years old, walked into her father's old bathroom. She rarely came in here. Too many memories, too much pain. But Marcus was pointing at a hole in the wall where he'd removed the mirror. "There's a cavity behind here, and something's inside." Lisa Marie's heart raced. What kind of something? Marcus reached in carefully and pulled out a package wrapped in plastic, then another, and another, 7 in total. Each one contained a cassette tape in a clear plastic case, and on each tape, in handwriting Lisa Marie would recognize anywhere, were labels. Tape 1. The Truth About Colonel Parker. Tape 2, What Really Happened in 1977. Tape 3, For Lisa Marie, My Real Story. Tape 4, The People Who Betrayed Me. Tape 5, What I Couldn't Say Out Loud. Tape 6, My Final Wishes. Tape 7, If You're Hearing This, I'm Free. Lisa Marie's hands trembled as she took the tapes. On the back of tape 1 there was a note. "Lisa Marie, baby girl, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I hid these tapes in March 1977, 5 months before I died. Everything on these tapes is true. Everything I'm about to tell you is what I couldn't say while I was alive. I love you more than life itself. Please listen. Please understand. Please forgive me. Daddy." Lisa Marie sat down on the bathroom floor, tapes clutched to her chest, and cried. She'd been 4 years old when her father died. She'd spent her entire life piecing together who he really was from other people's stories, other people's memories, other people's lies. And now, 42 years later, she was about to hear the truth from him directly. Wait until you hear what was on the first tape, because Elvis didn't just record confessions, he recorded evidence, names, dates, details that would expose a conspiracy so vast it would shake the foundations of the music industry. Lisa Marie took the tapes to a private audio restoration specialist. The cassettes were old but remarkably well preserved thanks to the sealed bags. Within a week, they were digitized. On January 24, 2020, Lisa Marie sat in her home office in Los Angeles, headphones on, and pressed play on tape 1. Her father's voice filled her ears. Not the public Elvis, not the performer, the private man. Speaking in a quiet, serious tone she barely remembered from childhood. Tape 1, transcript, The Truth About Colonel Parker. January 15, 1977. My name is Elvis Aaron Presley. I'm recording this because I believe my life is in danger, and if something happens to me, I want the truth to be known. I've been managed by Colonel Tom Parker since 1955. For 22 years, I believed he had my best interests at heart. I was wrong. Colonel Parker is not who he claims to be. His real name is Andreas Cornelius van Kuyk. He's Dutch. He entered America illegally in 1929. He has no passport, no citizenship, no legal right to be here. That's why he never let me tour internationally, not because foreign audiences didn't want me, but because he couldn't leave the country. Lisa Marie paused the tape. She'd heard rumors about this before, but hearing it from her father's mouth, in his own words, made it real. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is what I discovered 6 months ago. I hired a private investigator, a man named Michael Crawford, to look into Colonel's finances. What Crawford found It's criminal. Colonel has been embezzling from me for decades. Fake expenses, phantom consulting fees, deals made in my name where he capped all the money. Crawford estimates I've lost at least $40 million. I confronted Colonel about this in August 1976. He denied everything, said I was paranoid, that the pills were making me crazy. But I wasn't crazy. I had proof, documents, bank records, everything. 3 weeks after I confronted him, Michael Crawford died in a car accident in Nevada. The police said he fell asleep at the wheel, but Crawford was ex-FBI, trained driver, professional. And the last time I spoke to him, he told me he was being followed, that Colonel's people were watching him. I believe Colonel had Crawford killed, and I believe if I push this any further, I'll be next. Lisa Marie felt cold. Her father's voice continued. I'm making these tapes as insurance. If I die under suspicious circumstances, these recordings will prove it wasn't an accident. These recordings will show that Colonel Tom Parker had motive, means, and opportunity to silence me. Lisa Marie, if you're listening to this, please take these tapes to the authorities. Please don't let my death be for nothing. The first tape ended. Lisa Marie sat in silence, her mind reeling. Then she pressed play on tape 2.
What Elvis revealed on the second tape would explain everything about his final months. Every strange behavior, every paranoid moment, every decision that seemed irrational. Because he wasn't being paranoid, he was being hunted. March 1st, 1977. Things are getting worse. Colonel knows I'm onto him. He's been watching me more closely, showing up at Graceland unannounced, going through my things. He's looking for evidence, looking for proof that I know what he's done. 2 weeks ago, someone broke into my bedroom while I was sleeping. I woke up and saw a figure standing at the foot of my bed. When I shouted, they ran. Security said it was impossible, that no one could get past the gates, past the guards, but I know what I saw. Someone was in my room, and the only person who could arrange that is Colonel. I can't trust my own security team. Colonel pays them. I can't trust my friends. Half the Memphis Mafia reports back to him. I can't trust my doctor. Dr. Nick prescribes whatever Colonel tells him to prescribe. I'm surrounded by people, but I'm completely alone. The only person I can trust is Billy Smith, my cousin. He knows everything. If something happens to me, Billy will back up everything on these tapes. He's seen the evidence. He knows the truth. I've thought about going to the police, but Colonel has connections, police chiefs, judges, politicians. If I accuse him publicly without ironclad proof, he'll destroy me, make me look crazy, drug-addled, unreliable. And then I'll have an accident, like Crawford did. So I'm trapped. I can't fight him directly. I can't run. Where would I go? He controls my money, my property, my career. I can't even cancel concerts without his permission. He owns me completely. I've been taking more pills lately. I know I shouldn't. I know they're dangerous, but they're the only thing that helps me sleep, the only thing that quiets the fear. Dr. Nick keeps warning me, but what choice do I have? Live in constant terror or take the pills and find some peace, even if that peace is slowly killing me? Lisa Marie's face was wet with tears. She'd spent her life wondering why her father had struggled so much with prescription drugs. Now she understood. It wasn't weakness. It wasn't addiction for addiction's sake. It was survival, numbing himself to endure an impossible situation. Lisa Marie, if you're listening to this, please know that I tried. I tried to be a good father. I tried to protect you. That's why I divorced your mother. Not because I didn't love her, but because as long as she and you were connected to me, you were in danger. Colonel could use you against me, threaten you to control me. The divorce was protection. I wanted you far away from all this darkness. I'm sorry I wasn't there more. I'm sorry I missed so much of your childhood. I'm sorry you'll grow up without really knowing me. But please understand, everything I did, every decision I made was to keep you safe. The tape ended. Lisa Marie couldn't continue. She needed a break. She called her mother. "Mom," Lisa Marie said when Priscilla answered, "I found something. Tapes, hidden in Graceland. Dad recorded them 5 months before he died." Silence. Then, "What kind of tapes?" "Everything. The conspiracy, Colonel Parker, why you divorced, why he—" Lisa Marie's voice broke. "Why he died. I'm coming to Los Angeles immediately. Don't listen to the rest without me. I need to be there." When Priscilla arrived and they listened to tape 3 together, what they heard would finally answer the question that had haunted both of them for over 4 decades. Was Elvis's death really an accident? 2 days later, Priscilla arrived at Lisa Marie's home. They sat together in the office, mother and daughter, united by the voice of a man they'd both loved and lost. Lisa Marie pressed play on tape 3. Tape 3, transcript. For Lisa Marie, my real story. March 15th, 1977. Lisa Marie, I want you to know who I really was, not the version the world saw, not Elvis Presley the performer, but Elvis, the man, your daddy. I was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, in a 2-room house so small you could barely turn around. We were poor, so poor we didn't always have food. My twin brother, Jesse Guerin, died at birth. My mama always said I was living for both of us, that I had 2 souls in one body. I don't know if that's true, but I felt it. Always felt like I was incomplete, like half of me was missing. Music was the only thing that made me feel whole. When I sang, I wasn't poor Elvis from Tupelo. I wasn't the weird kid who was too close to his mama. I was something bigger, something powerful, something free. When Colonel found me, I thought he was my ticket to that freedom. He promised me the world, and he delivered. But the price, God, the price was everything. My privacy, my autonomy, my ability to make my own choices. He built a golden cage around me, and by the time I realized I was trapped, it was too late to escape. I've made mistakes, baby girl. So many mistakes. I've hurt people, used people, let my fear and loneliness turn me into someone I'm not proud of. But I want you to know, despite everything, despite all the darkness, I tried to be good. I tried to do right. I wasn't strong enough. Priscilla was crying now. Lisa Marie held her mother's hand as the tape continued. The hardest part is knowing I'm failing you. You're 4 years old right now. You still think I'm a hero. You don't know about the pills, the paranoia, the conspiracy, the danger. You think Daddy is just busy, just working, just being famous. You don't know I'm dying inside. I want to live, Lisa Marie. I want to see you grow up. I want to walk you down the aisle someday. I want to meet your children. I want to be the grandfather my daddy never got to be. I want all of that so badly, but I don't think I'm going to make it. Lisa Marie gasped. Priscilla gripped her hand tighter. Colonel is tightening the noose. I can feel it. He's increased my performance schedule. More shows, less rest, more pills to keep me going. Dr. Nick has warned him multiple times that I'm at my limit, that my heart can't take much more. But Colonel doesn't care, because I'm worth more to him dead than alive. I've seen the life insurance policies, 12 of them. Total value, $50 million. Beneficiary, Colonel Tom Parker. If I die, he becomes one of the richest men in America, and with me gone, he controls my entire catalog, my image, my legacy, everything, forever. So yes, baby girl, I believe Colonel is trying to kill me, not with a gun or a knife, but with work, with stress, with pills, with controlled deterioration. It's murder, just slow enough to look like misfortune. Lisa Marie stopped the tape. I can't, she hyperventilated. I can't breathe. Priscilla held her daughter. We knew, deep down, we always knew something was wrong, but hearing him say it, should we keep going? Lisa Marie asked. We have to. For him. He recorded this so we'd know, so the truth would come out. Lisa Marie pressed play again. I've thought about running away, just disappearing, faking my death and starting over somewhere far away. But I can't, because if I run, Colonel will come after you, after your mother, after anyone I love. He'll use you to force me back, or worse. So I'm going to do the only thing I can do. I'm going to keep performing, keep smiling, keep being Elvis Presley, until my body gives out or Colonel makes his final move, whichever comes first. But I'm making these tapes so you'll know, so the world will know, so my death, when it comes, won't be written off as just another celebrity who couldn't handle fame. I'm being murdered, Lisa Marie, slowly, deliberately, by the man I trusted most. I love you, baby girl, more than you'll ever know. The tape ended.
Tape 4 contains something even more explosive. Names. Elvis listed every person who betrayed him, every person who chose Colonel's money over loyalty. And what he revealed about these people would destroy reputations and expose decades of lies. After a long break, Lisa Marie and Priscilla continued. They needed to hear everything, no matter how painful. Tape 4, transcript, The People Who Betrayed Me. March 22, 1977. I want to list the people who chose Colonel over me, so there's a record, so they can't rewrite history after I'm gone. Joe Esposito, my road manager since 1960, my friend, my brother, except he wasn't. Colonel paid Joe $3,000 a month on top of his salary from me to report everything I did, every meeting, every conversation, every plan. Joe was Colonel's spy, and I trusted him completely. Red West, Sonny West, Dave Hebler, my security team, the Memphis Mafia. They wrote a book about me, Elvis, What Happened. Came out last month, full of lies and exaggerations about my pill use, my behavior, my private life. But you want to know the real reason they wrote it? Revenge. I fired them last year because I discovered they were working for Colonel, reporting to him, controlling who I saw and what I did. The book was payback. Dr. George Nicopolis, Dr. Nick, my personal physician, the man who's supposed to keep me healthy. Colonel pays him $500 a month extra to prescribe whatever Colonel wants me to take, more uppers to keep me performing, more downers to keep me compliant. Dr. Nick warned me once, quietly, that the combination was dangerous, but he keeps prescribing anyway because the money is too good. Lisa Marie paused the tape. I remember Dr. Nick. He came to the funeral. He cried. They all cried, Priscilla said bitterly. They all pretended to care. The tape continued. There are others, so many others. Lawyers who negotiated contracts in Colonel's favor, not mine. Accountants who hid embezzlement. Security guards who let Colonel's people into Graceland whenever he wanted. Journalists who wrote puff pieces in exchange for access. The corruption goes everywhere. But there are good people, too. Billy Smith, my cousin, never took a bribe, never betrayed me. Charlie Hodge, still loyal after all these years. And Priscilla. Even after the divorce, she tried to warn me, tried to get me to leave Colonel. I didn't listen. I should have listened. If these tapes ever come to light, these people will deny everything. They'll say I was paranoid, drug-addled, making things up. But I have proof. Documents hidden in multiple locations, bank records, contracts, audio recordings of conversations where they admit what they're doing. Billy knows where everything is. He'll corroborate all of this. I want the world to know I didn't die because I was weak. I didn't die because I couldn't handle fame. I died because I was murdered by people I trusted, and they did it for money. Tape 5 was the most personal, the most raw, because Elvis didn't just talk about the conspiracy. He talked about his pain,
his fear, his loneliness. And what he said would break your heart. April 5th, 1977. I'm tired. So tired. Not just physically, though God knows I am, but tired in my soul. Tired of pretending, tired of performing, tired of being Elvis Presley. Do you know what it's like to be a prisoner of your own success? Every decision made for you, every moment scheduled, every relationship analyzed for its PR value. I can't go to a grocery store, can't take a walk, can't have a normal conversation without it ending up in a tabloid. I'm not a person anymore. I'm a product, a brand, a thing to be managed and exploited. I miss my mama every single day. She's been gone 19 years, and I still hear her voice, still feel her presence. She was the only person who loved me for me, not for what I could do for them, not for my money or fame, just me. When she died, I lost my anchor. I've been drifting ever since. The pills. Everyone judges me for the pills, but they don't understand. When you're in constant pain, physical pain, emotional pain, and no one can help you, what do? The pills are the only thing that give me peace, even if that peace is temporary, even if it's killing me. At least for a few hours, I'm not scared. I'm not lonely. I'm not Elvis Presley. I'm just floating, and floating is better than drowning. Lisa Marie was sobbing openly now. Priscilla wrapped an arm around her daughter. I'm sorry I wasn't a better father, Lisa Marie. I'm sorry I was distant, distracted, difficult. You deserved better. You deserved a daddy who was present, who was stable, who could give you a normal childhood. Instead, you got me, a broken man trying to hold himself together long enough to finish one more show, one more tour, one more day. If I could do it all over again, I'd give up the fame, all of it, the music, the movies, the mansion, everything. I'd trade it all for a normal life, a life where I could be Elvis Presley the mechanic, or Elvis Presley the truck driver, or Elvis Presley the nobody. A life where I could raise my daughter in peace, where I could grow old with someone I love, where I could just be. But I can't. That choice was taken from me a long time ago, and now it's too late. The tape ended.